Good afternoon, everyone. Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly market update for Wednesday, October the 13th. I had to look there. Happy Fed Day, or actually FOMC Day. We had FOMC minutes today, and we got a little bit of movement up and down. This is the ES, got a little bit of movement up and down. Um, but we've had these same kind of days lately that start out like this, deep plunge, and then we all day long stair step up, stair step up, stair step up, and here we went up, and then kind of did a kind of free fall thing, and working our way back up. Very, I don't know, it's been the pattern lately. This is the light gray is the overnight action, but let's go back here to a 5-day chart and I'll show you. We have had, so the black is this was today, this was yesterday, straight down out of the gate, straight back up, straight down, straight up, and straight down. I mean, straight up out of the gate and then straight down. Here, kind of chop, 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 down, down, down all day, and then rip up and then down. Straight up, straight down. Crazy, crazy stuff. If you're watching the market at all, you know this. If you're trading it, you really know it because you got to be very, very nimble in this market. It's been fun to trade as long as you don't get too committed to one side or the other, short or long. It's getting harder and harder to find anything that looks that interesting to trade, in my opinion. I'm trading the indexes, the S&P. I trade the RUT twice today, or twice this week. And other than that, I'm seeing a little, odds and ends, but not much. But we do have earnings coming up, and they actually started technically today, I guess, was kind of kickoff earnings season. And we'll have Goldman Sachs and some of the banks report, and then over the next 2 weeks, we'll start having all the big tech start reporting, and that typically is what we look for, to kind of give us some guidance. And I am not thinking this earnings season is going to be so stellar. We've got a lot of things going on, behind the scenes. Mostly, you guys about the cargo ships that are all docked off the coast, and everyone is worried about the supply chain bottleneck and all that kind of stuff. And we've been talking about this for I don't know, a month or two now at least. And I'm not seeing panic buying or all that kind of stuff, but maybe that's because we are not really seeing true shortages. I have noticed in Walmart or Target or something like that, there are starting to become some bare shelves. So be aware of that. I'm always a big fan of having, not well. I'm not really a prepper person, but I like having the prepper kind of food. You add water to, because we camp a lot and all that kind of stuff. So, and the meals are actually pretty good. Doesn't hurt, and I realized that, or I saw that in real time, not from anything like a supply chain shortage, but from Hurricane Katrina, stuff like that. Anyway, tip of the day: have a couple of weeks, a couple of months worth of that kind of food. It does not hurt, and it doesn't go bad forever. For years and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, tip of the day. On the market itself, so we had the Fed today, and I know you're going to be shocked. But it apparently the inflation is not transitory like the Fed has been telling us, for the last year, I guess. And I've been telling you, the inflation is real, and they're like, no, it's not real, it's not real. But today they kind of acknowledge that it is. But we are getting into murky waters, I guess, with the probability now. It's Fed's going to raise rates, taper bond purchases, all that kind of stuff. It's just a matter of when. And I know that they got a really hard job because they are relying on data coming in and all that kind of stuff. And do you guys see the payrolls numbers? The last payrolls numbers? I mean, horrible numbers. But it reminds me of Animal House when the guy's in the street, don't panic or whatever at the end. Things don't look so good, but I'm sure things will be fine and all that. And I'm kind of halfway teasing about that, but the Fed is going to again, raise rates. They're targeting kind of mid 2022. That thing, they'll start tapering bond purchases. It's only taken $120 billion a month to keep things afloat, but they'll start tapering pretty soon. So as you can tell, I'm a little, skeptical, suspect of the Fed, especially when we hear about the insider trading. Maybe that's not the right word. The trading that was done by all the Fed people, anyway, it's a whole nother discussion. You guys know that. All right, so anyway, let's switch to a brighter topic. So here's where we are. And we have had this is a 1 year chart in the ES, really nice, long, steady, bullish, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. And now it is turning, and all the dips are being, or the rallies are being sold, so it's lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. We're stair-stepping down into a channel that, in my opinion, probably goes down to our fire line there, about 4,100. That's a long way down, even from where we are. Do we get there or not? I don't know. It depends a lot on how earnings come out. Again, the next couple of weeks we got earnings, and so all the big companies, Apple, Amazon, everybody, they're going to say either things are great, we're buying back more stock, and we're raising guidance, and it's the best economy we've ever seen, and all that stuff. Or they're going to say we got supply chain issues, we've got labor shortages, we've got inflation, we've got fuel costs, all this kind of stuff. We're lowering guidance, and guess where the market goes? Down. So I am absolutely not saying short this thing because one, I don't know, and two, you never know the way this market is, if good news is bad news and bad news is good news and all that kind of stuff. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Same thing. The trend is not totally broken. This is a 1 year chart again. We saw a sell-off there, rip higher, sell-off there, rip higher, sell-off there, rip higher. Look how symmetrical that is to previous sell-offs. Is this tree line where we stop and start going back up to ultimately get to the next one? And that's very likely. Again, a lot of it depends on the earnings and all that kind of stuff. So the only thing to do in this market, let me show you the Dow real quick here. Same thing. I mean, they all look the same. Is this the beginning of something that's going to turn into something down here, or is this a bounce, 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 and we resume this up, or chop? We could do kind of chop here, but either way, I'm being very light, very cautious. I actually like trading this kind of market because we've got elevated volatility, and it's been working very well for me. But it's not a directional market, because if you pick a direction, to be in a trade for a week or two or three, either side, you're probably going to be wrong because of going back and forth and back and forth. So just be careful here. I don't really have any other words of wisdom here until we get some clarity on the market, some smoke clears, and we really don't have that. We probably won't have that for the next couple of weeks. So if you're trading, just be super nimble. I'm scalping stuff for smaller profits now, and just kind of take the win, sit on my hands, go to the sideline and watch and wait for a really good setup, really good opportunity. Otherwise, there's no reason to jump in in the middle of this thing if you're not pretty sure, and the waters are going to get more cloudy over the next couple of weeks with earnings until we start seeing the trend of the earnings. So hope that makes sense. Hope that helps. That's just a very broad overview of the markets here. Again, stay light, stay nimble, because we're in kind of a really uncertain time here. We're probably going to have wide range chop here, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So it's going to be really hard to pick direction. So just be careful out there. I hope that helps, and come join us in the trading rooms, and we will look on a daily basis at some of these ideas and try to find some winners. So thanks for the time. I appreciate it, and talk to you soon. Take care.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me